Clic. Mao. Ça tue, ça blesse, ça flingue. Hey, hey, hey. Mao. Gazo.
Hey, who we here with today?
Hi, my name is Tajiri. I'm 29 years old and I work at the post office, obviously.
And are you from New York City?
Yes, I was born here. I was born in California actually, but I am of Jamaican descent, so I'm first generation here.
Okay, any college?
Yes, I went to Queensboro for a little bit and I didn't finish, but still looking to go back.
Okay, and how did you get into the field that you got into? Like, how did you become a postal worker?
Honestly, it was like a money thing. I was just having my son. I just had my son probably 6 months before I got the job, and it was just, when you have a kid, it's like, okay, I want to make a better life for him. You know, I want to be able to put things away, get, you know, do things different than what my parents came and did for me. So for me, it was like an opportunity to get 401k, your savings, you know, everything, your ducks in a row, basically.
Definitely. And do you feel like the postal office helped you understand New York City a little bit more, or you've been like had a idea of what the city was like?
Okay, I wouldn't say that, but it did give me a sense of direction. Like knowing how to deliver a route or, you know, mail, it helped me to northwest, east, south. I was very bad at that. Like I didn't know,
directions.
you know, I used to always get lost. But ever since being with the post office, you know, I'm able to find my way throughout the city, so it makes it a little easier.
And what would you say is a perk of having a New York City job?
You don't get pulled over by the police. But one of the perks is, like I said, the benefits are really good as compared to other jobs. You get a 401k, you get your thrift, you get to contribute how much you want. I get to set my iris for both me and my son, so it's definitely a good financial stepping stone.
Okay, and you mentioned always being from New York City. How was it growing up? Like, would you say you felt safe growing up? Did you have a good environment around you?
I would definitely say, coming from a Caribbean background, they don't play that, especially Jamaican. So you're not outside with your friends all the time, and you know, doing everything you see everybody else do. So for me, it was pretty cool. It was more of a strict setting for me, especially being a Caribbean female. You know what I mean? They're much more strict on the females than they are the men or the boys. So to me, I didn't really get into much fights. You know, I used to do my little thing, but never really any trouble like that. You know, I always had guidance to. I know what's right from what's wrong. When you put it, didn't have guidance, I'd probably be lost. Like maybe half these people out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes you need that person to tell you, yo, you're doing this wrong. You know, we all come into life not knowing what to expect or what to do, but it's nice when somebody can kind of push you in that direction.
And what's some advice you would give to your younger self? Because I know you mentioned having a son, so that can be like, you know, a new change for someone and an eye opener. So what is some advice you would give to your younger self?
My younger self is definitely save.
Save.
So, dig down into yourself and analyze yourself. Why do you do certain things that you do? How can you make your life better? Don't try to, oh, my mom left me 12 years ago, so I am how. It's all up to you to get you where you want to go. So at the end of the day, just keep your head strong.
And you mentioned being a mom. So what are some fears you have raising a black son in New York City?
My son is 4 years old. So when they're little, you don't really worry about them as much. It's when they grow up, maybe like teenagers or, you know, young adolescents, you fear for them more as men because the world is always against black men. You know, it's everywhere you turn, you can't protect them 24 hours of the day. It's hard and it's scary with all the stories that you hear happening to other young black boys too. So it's definitely, I haven't crossed that bridge yet, but it's definitely a fear of mine.
If you were raised in another state, do you think your life would be better or worse?
I can't say it would be better or worse because I'm not sure, but being in New York, it does teach you a lot about diversity. So I don't think if I lived in another state, I would know so much about that, to be honest. Honestly, different cultures, different views, different...
Big melting pot.
Big melting pot. You know, everybody is the one you get to learn from every other culture or nationality that's here. So if I was in another state, I honestly can't say if it would be better or worse. It would be different. I don't think I would experience or know as much as I do.
And what are some negative things you would say about working for the post office and also being in New York City?
Oh, I got a lot to say about the post office. But no, working in the post office is really just outside. I work as a carrier, by the way, so I'm outside most of the day, delivering my route. But being outside in the elements, the rain, the sleet, the hot sun, it definitely takes a toll on you. And sometimes some people are not the nicest, you know, and it's nothing you can do. But like they say, the customer is always right. So, you know, you just try to do what you do because at the end of the day, this is your job.
Right.
Sorry, I forgot your other question.
And basically, like, the negative things about New York City as well.
New York City. Public transportation always late. The place is just dirty. Like, what do y'all be cleaning for street? I'm confused. And these tickets? If I get another ticket, how are we supposed to be paying these tickets and saving at the same time? Like, y'all parking people, get it together, please, please, please. Booting people car. Like, I gotta get to and from work. Could y'all stop? Come on, stop the nonsense. New York City, get it together. I love it. It's a beautiful city. It's a city full of vibe. You know, you can party, you can have fun. It's all sorts of diversity here, but you people as a whole, yeah, and pay us a little bit more. We deserve it. And bring the rent down. Come on.
Bro, ça tue, ça blesse, ça flingue. Hey, 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 bro. Gazo.